Production funding for Flying Squirrels Insider is made possible in part by Pepsi, the official soft drink of the Flying Squirrels, and by
Clean water is one of our most valuable resources. Conserving it should be all of our responsibility. Remember every day to make every drop count. Wash full loads, take shorter showers, turn off your faucet. Water, use it wisely. Let's commit to conserve.
Get ready for one more inning of baseball. The Flying Squirrels Insider season finale is a home run. Jay and Sam will recap the 2018 season and make their Eastern League Championship predictions. Then, we catch up with Kyle Crick and Ray Black at AT&T Park in San Francisco to reflect on their days at the Diamond. Plus, catcher and Richmond native Matt Wynn visits FSI Field. Now, here are your hosts, Sam Ravech and Jay Burnham.
And welcome for the final time this season back to Flying Squirrels Insider as we break down the 2018 season for you. The year might be coming to a close on Labor Day. However, we have a lot in store for you on this show. But first, we'd like to thank our friends, as always, from Utility Buddy on the City of Richmond Department of Public Utilities. They make us aware of protecting the environment this fall. Fertilize your lawn and garden, sweep up yard debris, and don't overwater. To learn more about protecting the environment, visit richmondgov.com/DPU and click Stormwater Utility or call 646-7000. Also, if you want to win free stuff, we've got you one final time this year. Text us to FSI at 63975 with message and data rates applying. Mobile services provided by Opt-in Technologies. With that said, I'll bring in my broadcast partner, Sam Ravech, for the final time this season. Sam here on the desk segment, and unfortunately for the Flying Squirrels, oh no, the season is coming to an end, and the offense has been, oh, whoa, we have struggled to score a run.
It's been suspect. The offense has struggled mightily in the month of August, heading to a team batting average somewhere around 244, 230, and they just struggled to produce runs, and that's put a lot of pressure on the pitching staff, and it just kind of snowballs into this effect of, all right, we're losing 5 games in a row. We got scoreless inning streaks, and it's been tough to finish the season. I think everyone's going to be excited to get on home.
Yeah, absolutely. Not to focus on the negative, but 33 1/3 consecutive innings for the Flying Squirrels offense without scoring a run. That is indeed a franchise record. The previous long was 29 consecutive innings back in 2015. All right, with that said, we've got some postseason awards to hand out, but first I want to talk a little bit about what Ryan Howard has been able to do in terms of generating doubles. He's had one of the best double seasons in Flying Squirrels team history.
He really has. You know, he's got 32 doubles right now. You still got a couple games left to go in the season, so it's very possible that he gets up to what Charlie Culberson did. He's 2 away from what Charlie did a couple of years ago. And talking to Ryan Howard, too, he knows this. I mean, he looks at these stats. He lives and breathes baseball. This is all he knows, and he's very good at what he does.
It'll be interesting to see if he can get a few more to catch some of those big names on that list. So Howard, speaking of, is indeed the Flying Squirrels team MVP this season. He follows in the line of Miguel Gomez, who was the MVP last season, and then in 2016 it was Hunter Cole, and certainly you probably could have gone with Luigi Rodriguez as well, but it's going to be Howard taking home this award this year.
Yeah, Luigi played well this year, but that 9 for 68 streak in the month of July didn't help his cause. Howard just brings consistency to the table, and I think that's one of the best things about a guy like Ryan Howard is he's able to be consistent, and he knows that that's what he's going to produce every single time he's out on the field.
A bright spot for the Giants, a former 5th-round selection. Howard most likely will be up at AAA next season. Now for the pitcher of the year, you can see Dylan McNamara. Don't always see this award given to a relief pitcher, but he certainly deserves the honor.
Yeah, he does. A 19 1/3 inning scoreless streak right now, spanning 12 appearances for Dylan McNamara. That continues throughout the course of the season. And, Jay, what a turnaround for a guy like McNamara. We knew he had the stuff, too, last year, but now implementing it into a closer, middle relief guy that can also go multiple innings. I mean, he's a dual threat down in the bullpen, and he gets a lot of outs, too.
Speaking of scoreless inning streaks, he's got one of his own, doesn't he?
Yeah, 19 1/3 innings. It's really been impressive to see him rack up the strikeouts over that course of time. And also, it's not like he's doing it one inning at a time. I mean, they've used him in multi-inning roles, going 3 innings, 2 innings. You call upon McNamara, he'll get you some outs.
So congrats to those two. Also, we would be remiss if we didn't mention Matt Lipka, the Puritan Cleaner Dirtiest Squirrel of the Year, meaning a guy that is all over the base paths and on the ground defensively, and Dan Slania, who is always there to lend a hand in the community. He takes home the Community Service Award.
Yeah, starting with Lipka, I mean, 20 stolen bases this year. He leads the team. He's been only caught 8 times. I think for Lipka, being able to give 110%, because we were talking about some of these guys are only on 1-year contracts, so you got to go 110%. And he's one of manager Willie Harris's favorite players, and rightfully so, the way he plays. For Dan, I mean, he's a guy that he's just always there. He's there first in the clubhouse every single day. He's out in the community, going to all these events, as is Garrett Williams, and a special nod to Garrett, too.
And lastly here, with the Squirrels, obviously the goal is to get to the major leagues, and that has happened again for a player that began the season here. We saw it earlier with Ray Black, but now Aramis Garcia has earned the call up to San Francisco. We're excited to see him get to play.
Yeah, it's amazing how quickly you can get that call. I mean, 1 call away, Garcia got the call, was hitting 11 home runs here. He's up at the big leagues.
Garcia, considered one of the top prospects in the Giants system. We'll see what he does at the major league level. All right, Sam, all season long, thank you very much. It's been a blast.
It has been a blast, Jay. Thank you.
Speaking of call-ups, we mentioned Ray Black. How about former Flying Squirrel Kyle Crick? Well, our producer, Craig Keaton, was able to track them down in San Francisco to see what it's like to get the call to the major leagues.
As the 2018 edition of Flying Squirrels Baseball comes to a close, many Richmond fans might be scratching their heads and wondering what happened. The Squirrels opened the season with the best start in franchise history, and a run for the Eastern League Championship seemed to be an obtainable goal. But now, with only a handful of games to play, the Squirrels have resigned themselves to the reality that even a .500 season is out of reach. Winning baseball games makes Funville feel more fun. But it is not the only metric of success in the minor leagues. Indeed, the saying, "It's not whether you win or lose, it's how you play the game," might not be applied better anywhere than in AA baseball. Many Squirrels have played well this year. Sean Anderson and Jordan Johnson were promoted to Sacramento. Aramis Garcia made his way to Sacramento as well, but now finds himself performing on the big stage in AT&T Park. Miguel Gomez was called up to San Francisco directly and appeared in 9 games. Ray Black also leaped from the Boulevard to the Bay after a short Triple-A stint and pitched in 16 Major League games.
I can't lie, you're a little starstruck. You walk in the locker room and you see the guys that you've been watching on TV for a few years. And, you got to realize when you get here, though, that they are your teammates. And, in a way, obviously their accolades are much surpass mine. But, we are equals at that point. And, it's fortunate to be able to work with guys like that. A lot of the guys in the bullpen as well have had time. Will Smith has been here for a few years, and Dyson as well. And those guys, can really teach you some things, and how to pitch to your strengths and what to look for in batters as well. And obviously, you got Posey behind the plate, or Hundley. And just trusting what those guys kind of put down and following their lead. They're going to know more about hitters than you probably will.
It is the greatest measure of success in minor league baseball, getting the call-up to the big leagues. Since the Flying Squirrels' inception in 2010, the team has sent over 60 players to the majors, with the majority going all the way to the Giants. Flying Squirrels alumni currently hold 10 roster spots in San Francisco. Joe Panik became an All-Star during the 2014 World Series. Stephen Duggar and Austin Slater have both seen significant time in the Giants' outfield this season. Chris Stratton and Andrew Suarez have helped carry the starting rotation, while Johnny Cueto and Madison Bumgarner dealt with injury. Hunter Strickland and Reyes Maranta have become feared adversaries out of the bullpen. In all of Major League Baseball, teams rarely get as much out of their farm system as the San Francisco Giants.
I mean, the organization has done great with me. I've never felt rushed. I mean, it's taken me a long time to get here for sure. You know, a lot of guys get drafted. They're here within 3-4 years. They never pushed me. They never made me uncomfortable. They've taken their time with me. I've had some of the best, physical therapists and guys with me in rehab to keep my spirits up, physically, mentally as well. And I mean, I truly believe if I was with another organization, I don't know if I'd be here.
After spending 3 seasons in Richmond, it looked like Kyle Crick was going to become the next Squirrel to make an impact in the Giants' bullpen, appearing in 30 games last season. But in the offseason, Crick was sent to Pittsburgh as part of the deal for All-Star outfielder Andrew McCutchen.
I always thought if there's a guy, you're to get traded for, that's one of them. That's one of the guys you'd like to be in the same talks with. Franchise type player like that, MVP. Got a pretty good amount of accolades under that name. I didn't get to play here long enough for this to be home, but all those guys are my family still. I still talk to them in the off season. A handful of them are my best friends in baseball still. So not much has really changed. It's just I'm on a different side now.
Kyle joins the list of former Squirrels like Matt Duffy and Adam Duvall, who have found success outside of San Francisco. Crick has led the Pirates' bullpen this season with a 2.36 ERA and over 50 appearances. No matter where they end up playing, every major leaguer who spent time at the Diamond can look back and remember what Richmond taught them.
That's what Richmond really taught me, I think, the most, was being able to leave the ballpark, and try and be the same person each day, because you're on a little bit bigger stage in AA. More fans, a little bit more pressure, you're closer, you're call away, as they say in AA. And, when things aren't going well or things are going really well, you can't be focused too much on those type of things.
I learned a lot there. That's kind of where I learned to pitch. A big field, so you could get away with a lot of mistakes, but in order to get confidence in your pitches and your different grips, you have to go throw it in a game. So that's kind of what Richmond was for me. It was the place to go get confidence in all my pitches, and when I got out of there, I felt comfortable enough to be in AAA. I felt like I belonged, and I didn't stay there very long, and the rest is kind of history.
Everyone who plays at the Diamond is here for a reason. They truly are one phone call away from playing in the major leagues. But as Babe Ruth said, yesterday's home runs don't win today's game. So players are constantly challenged to develop one more tool. Pitchers can be instructed not to throw their best stuff, and hitters can be told to only swing for the opposite field. And in the minor leagues, winning is often only a happy byproduct.
At any level, AA and above, they can touch a fastball, especially if you throw it too many times in a row. So, I've worked with the catchers here to mix in a little bit more off-speed pitches, still work the fastball up in the zone. That's kind of what has gotten me here. That's been a big pitch of mine, is that fastball up. And, just learning to adjust to each hitter as well. There's times in the minor leagues you want to throw to your strengths every time. Sometimes you have to pitch to the hitter's weakness as well here.
Enjoying it, yeah. The pressure's fun. Last year I probably wouldn't have said the same, just because it was, my first time up here and the pressure was different. But now it's kind of the life we live, and I'm enjoying the high pressure situation.
Players will continue to come and go through Richmond. Members of the Flying Squirrels will continue to make their way to the major leagues. We will see local stars like Jarrett Parker get a shot, and players like Chris Heston throw big league no-hitters. And we can say that we remember them when. We will see Flying Squirrel stalwarts like Ryan Lawless and Dan Slania get called up to fill in during injuries, and we will always cheer when our guys get a turn in the spotlight.
I had a great family in Richmond. Parney always took care of us, and I miss Joe T. and a kid named IJ there, and I haven't seen IJ in a while, but he's one of my guys.
No, I've heard from Nutsy. I do have to give Parney a call, though. I think I got a couple of texts from people back in Richmond. Some of the guys I still keep up with, seeing how they're doing, how the team's doing. I grew to love the city down there. So we'll see. Maybe stop by again at some point. Hopefully not to play, but.
So when you were at the Diamond, Root for the Squirrels, but just as importantly, root for the players and enjoy them while they're here. Because it might be easy to identify the next Brandon Crawford, but maybe not so easy to spot the next Kelby Tomlinson.
Well, we continue on Flying Squirrels Insider here on our field, and we are joined by Flying Squirrels catcher Matt Wynn. Richmond native. Wynn, thanks for joining us here today.
Of course. Nice to be here.
Before we get to the season, before we get to your time with the Giants organization, you had the rare opportunity to play in Richmond at J.R. Tucker High School, played at VMI, Virginia Military Institute. You were drafted in the 14th round. Can you talk about what that experience was like? Because there's such an infinitesimal amount of people that get to get drafted, not only in Major League Baseball, but in the top 15 rounds.
Yeah, I mean, it was cool. I mean, I spent the 5 years at VMI. I mean, honestly, didn't think I would get drafted until my last couple of years. I started playing ball really well, and once I graduated and we kind of finished up the season, I knew I had a chance to get drafted, and then it was just kind of by chance it was the Giants, and and I mean, now I'm here, so.
Who'd you share that moment with? Was it with your mom, family? You get a call?
Honestly, I was watching the draft on the computer, and I had no clue that I was about to get drafted, and I was just about to shut it off just because I was getting tired of not seeing my name pop up. And then I got a text from one of our old volunteer assistants at VMI. He went to VMI, now he's working at UVA doing baseball stuff, Mike Roberts. And he said, congrats. I was like, what are you talking about, congrats? And then my mom was like, refreshed the page. She's like, oh, you just got drafted by the Giants. And I was like, what? It's like, I only talked to the Giants guy like once, and it was that last year. We were playing at Wofford or something. I filled out a scouting report for him. But yeah, it was just by chance it happened, and just all happened really fast.
Really awesome story. And then also, when you get drafted by the Giants, was it in the back of your mind that, hey, Richmond's a stop on the way to the big leagues?
I think that was the first thing my mom said, actually. Yeah, she's like, oh, you'll be able to play in Richmond. I was like, I don't know. I mean, maybe a few years from now, but yeah, soon.
And then you finally do get to come back and play in Richmond. And the strongest contingent of fans are the Matt Wynn fans that are sitting right behind home plate. They're cheering you on. What's that like to have that support system with you?
Oh, it's great. I mean, most of them are old, my roommates at VMI and baseball players I played with, and obviously their group of friends that they have here in Richmond. They're still living here, so it's great to have them. And I mean, it's good to have some people cheering for you.
They get rowdy too.
Oh,
I mean, they get loud.
It's
it's really fun to listen to the Matt Wynn contingent behind home plate. All right, a couple more days left in the season. You're finishing it up here. You're going to go out to Arizona after. What do you want to do at the end of the outset of the season, and also heading into next year?
I mean, really just kind of build on what I've been doing this year. Just get stronger, faster, if I can do that. Just more in shape, and then just work on stuff that I've been working on throughout the year. Just an ongoing process.
That's Matt Wynn. Thanks for joining us here on Flying Squirrels Insider. When we continue, we also have Jay and I threw a bullpen with Eliezer Zambrano, and I still can't feel my arm. So if you want to take a listen to that, stay tuned on Flying Squirrels Insider.
I'm here with Eliezer Zambrano, longtime Flying Squirrel and Flying Squirrels bullpen coach. Eliezer, thanks for being here today.
No, thank you. Thank you for having me here with you right now.
People might not understand there's a little more to your job than just catching bullpens, right?
Yes, it's a little bit more behind just catching bullpens. I need to take cameras, which is a Rapsodo camera. It's for pitchers.
Okay.
Just for bullpen sessions. So that's something new that we got in the organization.
So this is all part of collecting data, right?
Yes.
And so this is kind of a newish endeavor for not only the Giants, but everybody else in baseball, right?
Yes.
What guys are doing. Okay, so you mentioned this Rapsodo system.
Yes.
What is it, and can we play with it?
Yes. I mean, Rapsodo system is something like can help you with the breaking balls or even with the fastballs. It take you a spin rate. How hard is your spin rate with the breaking balls and fastballs? And
spin rate's the big kind of hot term for pitchers, right?
Yes.
So what does spin rate do for a pitcher? Why is that important?
Why? Because I mean, even when you got the spin rate is higher numbers, that means that they have a better rotation on your ball when you throw breaking balls. So that means that it's more successful
Yeah.
When you face a hitter,
It's harder to hit.
it's harder to hit. Yes.
What's a really good spin rate number?
Everything over 2,000.
What do you think I will get on my spin rate?
I would say we
Can I
need
break-
to try. We need to try later to see
Okay.
what is gonna be
Can I
your
break
spin rate.
500? Is it hard?
I need to see it. I need to see it before.
Okay. How much do guys pay attention to the data?
I got a lot of guys. Got
Okay.
a lot of guys that they like to pay attention on it. Not every single day, but at least 3 or 4 days a week. They always asking about that.
And it's not just the pitchers too. You're carrying around this this luggage piece that has a name of each Flying Squirrels batter on it.
Yes.
And what is this? The blast system? What is this called?
Yes, that is the big charger case.
Yeah.
That is a blast sensor.
Okay.
It's something like it's a little sensor that you put on the bottom of their bats, and they can use it during batting practice or before batting practice on the cage,
Yeah.
and during the games too.
And it kind of measures their swing path, their strength, their launch angle, and those
Yes.
types of things.
Yes, they can tell him. I mean, we can see their launch angles, what they're doing good, what they're doing wrong. Obviously, we also can make videos on it
Yeah.
to see and to help him with the videos. We can make videos with them and tell him, okay, you're doing this wrong, you're doing this good. I mean, we think you need to do this to make a little bit more launch angle when you hit the ball, and also tell you what is the exit velocity when you hit the ball.
It's all designed to make guys better.
Yes.
I want to thank you for being here today,
No
and
problem.
I want to see what my spin rate and Sam's spin rates are going to be. How do you do?
Good, very good. You got 1,048.
That's not bad, huh?
Okay, good. Let's go. I know you can do
Think
it.
I got it?
Yes, sir. Let's go.
Crafty lefty. All right, here we go.
Attaboy.
How'd I do?
That's a great job, man.
What'd I get?
1175. That's better. You
All
beat him,
right.
brother.
How do you like that spin rate? Thanks, E. And welcome to FSI Field for the final time this season. I've got Sam and Matt, and we're going to demonstrate some proper technique for catching. And Matt, what's the first thing a young catcher should do when they're setting up behind the plate?
So what I was taught, basically go to the point of the plate, and you're just going to take 4 steps back. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and kind of draw a line where your heel ends. And this is the proper distance, or basically the proper distance, how far away you should be from the plate.
And that'll ensure you don't get
You
hit
don't
on
get
the
hit
backswing,
on a
right?
backswing
Okay.
or on a swing in general. So you kind of stand here with your feet shoulder width apart. Just go down. You be on your toes, and then if you have a guy in the back of the box, you can reach out and almost kind of touch their knees. Okay. Usually the swing isn't going to be down here in the bottom of the zone. It's going to be up, so you're not going to get hit. And then going into a sign giving stance, just kind of make the glove the extension of your left knee. And then make sure your knees are kind of guarding the first base coach and the third base coach.
So they
Give
can't
your signs, so
steal
they can't
you, right?
see.
Okay.
Yeah, can't see, can't verbal signs to the hitter. And then after that, after you give the sign, just kind of rock into a primary stance. Primary stance is nobody on. You're just kind of relaxing, focus on receiving the ball. And then if there's somebody on, give the stance, kind of get up, ready to block, throw, whatever you need to do.
So the difference is if there's nobody on base, you're almost in a more relaxed position.
Yeah.
And then if somebody's on, you're in like an attack mode, right?
Yeah, 9 innings is a long game, man. It's tough. So if there's nobody on base, just kind of relax, catch the ball, throw it back, make sure the game's moving fast. But if you need to be up, then be up, because I mean you can get exposed quick back there.
Yeah, no, I was just going to ask, when you're down there and you're trying to hide the signs, because I thought it was interesting that you said the glove's an extension of your, your left knee. Are you always doing that? Does it ever slip your mind? You're just like,
I mean, it's just more habit. I mean, I've done it so many times. I mean, when there's almost 150 pitches a game, I mean, you just do it all the time. It's just becomes habit.
And how about touches too? Because there's
a lot of people. Yeah, sometimes pitchers can't really see the signs. The lights can affect it. So there's a lot of different combinations you can do with it. You can go glove touches, touch to the face. I mean, a lot of different things you can think of.
Sounds good, Matt. Thanks for being here today.
course.
Before you leave, though, my friend, I want to get your opinion. The Eastern League Championship is going to happen, unfortunately, without the Flying Squirrels, right?
Yeah.
It's Altoona and Akron in the Western Division, New Hampshire and Trenton in the East. And I want your guys' opinions. Who do you think is going to win the championship?
I guess I'd kind of pull for New Hampshire. I know a few guys on the team, and they can hit really well.
You know a guy that really dinged us up this year, huh?
Kevin, yeah, I played summer ball with him, and he's really good.
All right, Sam, what about you?
I'm going Trenton. I think pitching always wins championships.
You guys are crazy. Altoona, they're hot. They're going to repeat in the Eastern League, and the Squirrels almost got the better of them this year.
Almost.
All right. Thanks for being here, guys.
Yep.
That is it for us here at Flying Squirrels Insider. A big thanks to everybody that has helped us out on the show. Huge thanks to Brian Dameron, our director, Craig Keaton, the producer, Sam and Matt, and everybody who's joined us throughout the season, and, of course, our awesome crew here at WCVE. Until the off season, I think we got a show scheduled during the winter months. Until then, my name's Jay Burnham saying so long, everybody.
Production funding for Flying Squirrels Insider is made possible in part by Pepsi, the official soft drink of the Flying Squirrels, and by
Smell gas? Act fast. Don't just stand there. Leave the area. Get out. Go where the smell is no longer present and call 911. Making you aware, keeping you safe. We're Richmond's Natural Gas Safety Awareness Program.